Chris, you worked in restaurants, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you worked in Hawaii, but then you worked in L.A. as well?
Yes, I worked at a restaurant in Beverly Hills.
So posh.
It was. It tried to be. It was look. It was a terrible restaurant, and it was just awful. And I was a major contributing factor to how terrible this restaurant was. It was just real garbage. It's been revamped now, but I loved it.
Tell us the name.
They'll give you free meals.
I mean, they will give me free. That's how I ate. I mean, when you're in Hollywood and in other places, like, you need a job that gives you your days free so you can try to audition for projects. So I'd work the weekends and I'd work the nights, and that's the only. I had no money, and no one was coming to the restaurant, so I wasn't making any tip. I'd make like 20 or 30 bucks a day maybe, and so it was really a place I'd go to.
Nourishment.
To eat, yeah.
Yeah.
That kitchen fed me for like the time that I was there. I used to, oh man, do you ever do this where a lady would come in and she'd be like, what do you recommend? And I'm like, 32-ounce porterhouse. And so I would always tell them, I said, listen, here's how you want it. Medium rare with some mushrooms on the side. Get you some mashed potatoes. You're gonna love this, ma'am. She's like, 90-year-old woman. And so I bring the steak out to this lady. I'm hiding in the corner watching, like, how much is she eating and how much do I get, And I go back and she was like, I can't eat another bite. I was like, yes. Maybe 80% of the steak is left. And we have this thing called the tunnel, which is an area between the dining room and the kitchen where they keep all the soft drinks and like the silverware and stuff. And I'd been busted so many times eating off people's plates that they were like, you have to stop doing that. Like, it's really, really bad. And so anything I ate, I had to eat in the tunnel. Because it was my safe zone to where...
From judgment.
For judgment. The customers aren't going to see me eat their food, and the chef's not going to yell at me for eating the food. So it was like, I had about 14 maybe ounces of steak that I had to get down in about 10 feet. And I just straight up like Komodo dragon. And I wolf this steak down, And I get it, I'm like, ha-ha, cha-cha-cha. That's like 3 days worth of protein right there. And I walk back out, and the lady was like, listen, I'd love to get that steak to go. Oh gosh, ma'am. Let me go check. I'll go check. And I was like, oh, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? And I said, I'm so sorry. I already threw it in the trash. I threw it in the trash. And she said, it's for my dog. It's fine. Just fish it. If you don't mind, just fish it out. Put it in a box. It's my dog's eating it. I was like, you bet. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Will do. And I walked in like, Freddie! I need a porterhouse on the fly, man. Don't ask any questions. Just give me one right now. And so he started cooking that steak, and I was like, I'm so full of shit. I went out to her. I was like, ma'am, I'm going to get you that steak. They just took the garbage out to the dumpster. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to jump in that dumpster. I'm going to get it for you because what kind of dog? Pomeranian, no way. I love that. It's so sweet. So I walked back. I'm like, Freddie, where's that steak? And she ended up being so, like, happy that I would be willing to dig through the garbage for her dog that she gave me a giant tip. And she left early because she couldn't wait for the steak to be done. So I got another steak. And, like...
Good man.